About a week ago, or two, or realistically about a month since this video has been posted, I got a comment from my good pal Chase Fournier. He was wondering if he could have the YouTube logo that I had 3D printed in the previous video. Well, Chase, of course you can. It's your logo. But that's not all. There's more. Hot on the heels of the Romping Bronco gift loot crate YouTube thing that I forgot to record and sent to him, and thankfully he recorded and made a video of it, I had some ideas, and Chase was not quite aware of the can of worms he had just opened. I got straight into designing. This is a common but custom design I call extruded text. I'm sure there's a real name for it, but it works for me. I gave it a base, and I gave it a cool YouTube logo. This will print beautifully with the multicolor setup. Then I needed something funny, so of course I designed a M92 T36 IC. This isn't funny on its own, it's just a design flaw. I added a nice PCB base for it with solder joints, holes for magnets, and of course a repair shop's favorite question: how much do you charge? Quite a clever double entendre if I do say so myself. I found a few other useful and fun things online to print as well, so it was time to get printing, and time for a time-lapse montage. For those unaware, the M92 T36 IC is an integral part of the Nintendo Switch's charging system, and it fails more often than anything else. I'm going to heat insert some magnets in order to affix this to the board. Normally you would solder this chip on, but because this is a 100 by 100 millimeter plastic chip, you really don't want to get it close to a soldering iron. Next, I asked Chase what his favorite Nintendo game was, and he said Mario Kart. And while I can hear Nintendo's lawyers salivating, I did end up printing a nice gold trophy from Mario Kart for him. Because Mario's Kart is only supported by a very thin cylinder coming out of the pipe, I had to use a lot of supports, which meant a lot of supports need to be removed very carefully. This is a tiny detailed model, and I did end up breaking one wheel off, but got it quickly fixed with some super glue. Once all of the printing was said and done, I was left with some really cool pieces of art. We had the two Chase Fournier logos, we had the Mario Kart trophy, the M92 T36 chip. I even printed some tiny beer crates to store AA and AAA batteries in, to help kind of clean up that desk he's got going on. My next challenge was figuring out how I would actually ship these things to him. I had initially intended on putting these on some tiny pallets that I had designed, but they were a little bit too tiny. Thankfully, my team over at Technik Shippables was up for the challenge. Man, I really don't know what you're talking about. You're literally the only person that works here. I made you a pallet, so here's a pallet. Now, can we talk about benefits for once? Or time off? That's a pretty good one, Chris. Thanks for the pallet. This will come in handy for shipping things to Chase. Introducing the first of its kind, the Technik Shippable Pallet. This glorious 200 by 200 millimeter plastic pallet was printed, nailed, and glued together and is ready to carry all the goodies straight to Chase's front door. Unfortunately, loosely stacking all the items on top of this is no way to palletize freight for shipping, so I had to reach back out to the folks at Technik Shippable, a subsidiary group of Technik Laboratories, to create a solution for me yet again.
Dude, are you serious right now? Have you never heard of a box? You just find a box, you put the stuff in it, and you ship it. How hard is it? Well, all right, fine. I designed these two boxes for you. You can pack your stuff in them, put them on the pallet, and ship them off. That good? That work for you?
Thanks, Chris. That's the creative and positive outlook that we like to keep here at Taptic Digital. And thanks for those boxes. They sure will come in handy. Now obviously I'm going to do a lot better packaging than this. We'll be including bubble wrap, rubber bands, and other packing materials. That's coming up soon, so you'll want to stick around to the end of this video to see the final product of how palletized I can get this. But in the meantime, I wanted to take a quick moment to tell you thank you for watching this video. It's not my typical repair video, DIY, or how-to video, but I had a lot of fun making this one. It's a little different, and you don't usually see my face on this channel. So you should definitely let me know down in the comments below if you want to keep seeing my face, and who I should be sending the next loot crate to. From here, it was just adding the finishing touches. I printed a protective cap for the Mario trophy, as the top can be a little bit unstable during shipping, even with bubble wrap. Then I printed a beautiful shipping manifest that should show everything that's included in the boxes for Chase. Finally, I palletized the whole thing using zip ties as pallet straps and saran wrap as the plastic wrap. This thing was ready to go. I dropped it off at the post office, and hopefully by the time this video is posted, Chase will have received his package.